If you follow this channel, you know I'm a huge supporter of Black people moving outside of the country as expats. And the channel that I follow, I have been seeing us leaving in droves. So I had to hop online because I'm like, what's going on? Data estimates indications Black American adults living abroad nearly doubled from 70,000 in 2014 to approximately 120,000 by 2020. That 46,000 person increase between 2016 and 2020 represent a 62% surge, outpacing the 7% rise among non-Black Americans living abroad during the same period. It says, while we lack data for the 2021 to 2024 period, official figures expected by 2029, Google Trends reports showing a doubling in searches and inquiries about moving to African or Caribbean nations in the months after the 2024. This growing phenomenon is referred to as the Blacksit. But y'all, in my mind, I'm like, okay, but how is this going to affect our economy? What is really going on? What do you guys think?
Black people have an exit plan. And when I say exit plan, I'm not talking about a different state. I'm talking about somewhere else, period. Like somewhere else. And I high-key been feeling that way for a couple years now. Actually, a few years now. I would say at least 4 to 5 years. I've been feeling like, hey, this is probably not the place for me. I'm finally making this video now and putting it on my platform now because I truly feel like it's going to be more violence that happens because we're in really bad times right now. We're in times where like people are really getting sick of it. For example, what just happened to Charlie, like people are really like getting upset with our top 1%, which is understandable in a sense because, you know, what our top 1% advocates for, right? And in turn, it's going to be a lot of conservative people being violent towards whomever they deem is responsible. You see what I'm saying? It's going to be a lot of violence towards Black and brown people. It's going to be a lot of violence towards women. It's going to be just overall a lot of violence. And politically, this place that we're in is just not going to get any worse. I don't foresee it getting any better, So it's like when I say have an exit plan, I truly mean that. Do your research on what places suit you the most, you know, where you would feel the most comfortable. And if you have the means, you know, take trips to those places and really try to feel them out. Like, but yeah. And don't have the mindset like, oh, this place is dangerous or this place is dangerous. Ain't no other place. Unless you're talking about somewhere in the Middle East, maybe, you know, there's not many places that's more dangerous than the U.S. I'm going to just keep it a bean. I know there's going to be a lot of Black people that's like, oh, ain't nobody going to run me out. Ain't nobody going to run me out of my city. It's bigger than that at this point. It's like, it's not about running you out. It's about, okay, I can spend my whole life fighting for change. I can spend my whole life fighting for justice. I can spend my whole life fighting. Or I can actually be somewhere living my life. You know what I'm saying?
They treat us like we're animals or some type of threat to society when they are the real threat.
Have you seen the exchange between Donald Trump and the Liberian president? Originally, I was just getting ready to come on here and yap and poke fun but the truth is, it's just not funny anymore. The blatant disrespect of people of color, Black people, African Americans, they insult our intelligence. They treat us like we're animals or some type of threat to society when they are the real threat. All we want is to be left alone. I'm tired of watching the news. I'm tired of it. Like, it's literally to the point where I am strongly considering leaving the U.S. And I'm not talking about just something that I'm just saying. Like, I am literally trying to make plans to take my family to somewhere where we don't have to deal with this shit anymore.
Why I left the US and will never go back there. The biggest reason why I will not be returning to live in the US is because it is a failed society. I don't think that Americans realize that the way that they live is not actually normal when you compare it to the rest of the world. It's not normal to not have healthcare. It's not normal to be in crippling amounts of debt from going to school or going to a hospital. It's not normal to be afraid of gun violence, for there to be a threat of gun violence in your school. It doesn't matter if it's a developed country or an underdeveloped country. It's not normal to only have two choices when it comes to politics and who runs your country. It's not normal to have a 79% literacy rate and half the country cannot read above a 5th grade level. My family and I immigrated to the United States when I was 5 years old. And in that time, my mom worked herself to the bone. We barely saw our mother because she was always at work. She never had time for herself. She's barely gone on vacation. Her life has literally centered around work for the last 25 years. And so my mom essentially sacrificed her life and her happiness in order to work. And when I returned to the US after living in Europe for 3.5 years, all I was doing was working. I would wake up super early in the morning, commute for 1 hour, go to work for 8 hours, commute for another hour, and then I would have 2 hours to myself before I had to go to bed in order to do the same thing in the morning again. All for 2 weeks of vacation time. And I want you guys to know that this is not normal. In some countries, the minimum that an employee will get off of work is 6 weeks. In some countries, women get years off to spend with their newborn child. After my mom gave birth to my brother, she was back at work after 2 weeks. When I was going to school in the US, I constantly had anxiety that our school was going to be shot up. And this is not normal. I want you guys to understand it, because when I was talking to my friends who also went to school in the US, they said the exact same thing, that they always had anxiety that someone would come into the school and shoot it up. And so I essentially chose peace when I decided to leave the US. I do not feel any sort of allegiance to this country because the US does not have allegiance to me as a Black woman. Black women are overwhelmingly more prone to experiencing poverty than any other ethnic group in the United States. Black women are also more likely to die in childbirth in the United States. It has one of the highest maternal mortality rates. And so why should I choose to work myself to the bone for decades to get nothing in return, to not even be able to retire comfortably for a country that doesn't care about me?
I'm not even gonna hold you, because everybody that I have spoken to, they were Black, and they're like, oh yeah, I'm leaving LA. They're just gone. They're up. Everybody that I've spoken to in the last 48 hours that told me they was leaving Cali, they were mostly Black.
And another goddamn thing, melanated beings, Black folk, Negro. Why do y'all want to go everywhere but Africa? Y'all want to go to China? What is wrong with the Africans? The Caribbeans?
Black Americans are leaving the United States. It's a trend called Blaxit.
I refuse to raise a child in the States. I even refuse to raise a pet in the States. Like Davina, she will never see what the States looks like. Gracias. Y'all said y'all was coming over here. Every day this week, I've run into African-American expats, and I love that for us.
According to the Power Broker magazine, since 2020, there's been about 120,000 plus Black American adults living abroad. That's up 70% since 2014. And TikTok is the messenger.
This is another thing I love about Thailand.
As an American living in the UK,
We're Black Americans living in China.
Now, some of the reasons why people are a part of Blaxit is because economic uncertainty, racism, but overall, they're just focused on having a lot less stress.
We've come all the way from the U.S. because we need a respite. We wanted something different. We wanted a safe haven.
Some people still note it's an adjustment.
back in Poland, of course everyone thinks we can't speak the language. Ale ja mogę, jasne.
I'm Kenny James for Blavity.
Now, this is what we call mass exodus. This is what we call mass exodus. Black Americans are checking out of the United States of America in large numbers. And this one is beginning to shock and shake the white Americans because they're feeling like, oh my God, it's going to be bad. It's going to be bad. America has always depended on the Black Americans. And the fact that Black Americans can get to a point where they want to live, now this one shows that there is a very big problem in the United States of America, most especially because they never saw this coming, and they know if this actually happens, it's going to be a problem. Because white Americans, they depend so much on the black Americans. America itself depends so much on the black Americans. Black Americans have been on the verge of helping the whole of America, trying to make them great people, trying, to help them in terms of in different things, And so white America right now, it needs black people. And so black people are exiting. What does this mean? It means a lot of things are not going to happen. Things that have been happening, things that we've been witnessing, many of them, we are no longer going to witness them because of what is actually happening in the United States of America today. Black Americans are leaving because despite doing a lot, despite, helping so much and doing all the things they've been doing, no one really thinks about them. Nobody is actually saying or trying to congratulate them for the work they've been doing or for the, for the good work they've been able to do. Nobody. Everybody is just doing their own things. Okay, maybe we can say this is a moment that maybe the white Americans have been trying to recognize what blacks have been saying, but blacks got tired a long time ago. The time they wanted or they needed you to recognize them and do the right things all the times, you didn't do it. And so right now, I cannot tell you that white Americans or black Americans are going to listen to the white Americans at all. Well, first of all, white America is falling. And the fact that white America is falling means that there's going to be a problem. Donald Trump, first of all, he's showing himself to be a dictator. He's dictating over everybody. And he is making white America to fall. Now, black Americans have an option because they have a home. They have their roots. They can go back there. They are good people. They can be accepted anywhere. Unlike the white Americans, where are they going to? Where will they hide themselves? Where will they, go from here? Are you getting my point? It's going to be very difficult. It's going to be a little difficult for them. And so they are going back. They're uniting with their brothers and sisters. They're connecting with their roots, many of them. Some of them are going to Mexico. Some of them are going to other countries. But the mission is one, is to exit the United States of America. And they're saying that the American dream is outside America. The American dream is out of the US, which means they can only get to the American dream or get whatever they want to get when they are out of the United States of America. And this one really shocks the US because the US, without the black color or without the black people, it's going to be hectic. Blacks have always been the strength of the United States of America. Blacks have done a lot of things. Go back and see during the slavery time and all that, they were doing great things. They were doing, big things. And right now, things are difficult. Right now, things are not really working out the way they were supposed to be working out. So what I'm saying right now is the fact is that black Americans are now becoming a nightmare to the US because them leaving means the US needs to really, really, really think about how it's going to survive. And many of them are actually going out. Many of them, they're actually going out. So it's a problem. Not just a problem, not only a problem, but a very, very, very big problem that needs to be talked about. Tell me what you think. Take a look at the videos.
I had just made the executive decision that I will be permanently leaving the United States in less than a year and a half. Say what you will, but this is every reason I have of why I want to leave. Let's speed run this shit. Number one, if you're not making at least $150,000 a year or more, or at least have multiple streams of income, congratulations, you will be struggling for a very long time. Rent is incredibly expensive. It is almost impossible to buy a house. People cannot afford to rent an apartment or to live by themselves. Wages have been decreasing. Insurance is a scam. Healthcare and insurance has went up, and millions of American citizens no longer have healthcare. Many of the jobs online that you can apply to are fake. Hundreds of thousands of people are losing their jobs. Inflation keeps increasing, and all the administration has to do is blame Biden for it. Number two, racism is extremely belligerent all across the United States. Not just towards black people, but for other people of color who isn't a white Christian. Black people and other people of color are losing their rights, their equality, and their freedom. Asians, Hispanics, Arabs, Muslims, the list goes on. This country is incredibly hateful, spiteful, and the only thing they do is blame others for their downfall. Since the beginning of 2025, based on records, 7 black men has been found lynched. Still no justice for any plenty of them to this day. White supremacists, Proud Boys, Nazis, they're out there marching, chanting out in public while our government, our president, and our law enforcement does nothing about it. Number 3, we are completely controlled by Israel and billionaires. We fall under an oligarchy. But hey, at least Elon Musk will become a trillionaire, right? Number 4, since the beginning of 2025, there has been 75 school shootings. 53 are dead, while 148 were injured. There has been 84 mass shootings, not including school shootings. The death count is still climbing to this day. Number 5, bombing and going to war with unnecessary countries. Iran, Venezuela, need I say more? Number 6, tariffs. They have done nothing but make the American citizens' lives harder. All it did was make everything more expensive. It was supposed to bring back jobs to the United States, but we're actively losing them. Number 7, our administration and the government has severely defunded the education system. Colleges, high schools, even Ivy Leagues has been severely defunded. So much so that they don't even have enough money to give out scholarships to the kids who rightfully deserve it. Number 8, tax breaks, not for the average American citizen, but for billionaires and anyone else who is making over $250,000 a year. Anyone else who falls under that bracket, congratulations, you're getting taxed more. And number 8, insurance company has the absolute right to decline you of any services if they don't feel like paying it to you. If you get cancer, break an arm, maybe get sick or something else happens, maybe a car accident, they can look at that shit and go, nah. Or better yet, they could just flat out cancel your insurance claim or your account. Number 9, maternity leave fucking sucks in the United States. The most you'll ever get, especially after you've gave birth, is maybe 2 months. Most likely less. Remember, you're a slave to the corporation. You don't actually have freedom. Pay time off, sick leave, just about. You get hardly any of that. And when you have accumulated at least 2 weeks of vacation time in the last 3 years alone, they will do everything they can to keep you from not taking it. What can I say? That's American corporations, right, America? Number 10, there are American celebrities and billionaires, including multiple people who hold a chair in the government affiliation and power, are human traffickers. Number 11, America doesn't have universal health care. That's a big one. So if you get sick, have cancer, break a leg, maybe get shot, guess what? It costs you an arm and a leg to get better. I still have like 10 more, but I'm not going to do that. Don't worry, ladies and gentlemen. America's the greatest country.
I'm getting the hell out of America. I'm going to live my life on my terms. Choosing to be more selfish with my time and stop slaving to somebody else's dream and start living mine. Because we going to work every day, that's not living, that's suffering. Get 2 days off, really only get 1. Enjoy your life. Out of 7 days, they want me to do that till I'm 70 years old. Fuck that. If I fail, I don't care. At least I know I tried. I can live with failure. I can't live with not trying.
There is no life in America. There is no life. We are not living here. We are just existing. How can a normal human being work from Monday to Monday just to pay bills? And some people even have like 2 to 3 jobs just to pay bills. We don't sleep here in America. We only nap. I can't remember the last time I slept 8 hours straight. No. 2 hours, 3 hours. At most 5 hours. There's no life here. You don't even have time to sit down and eat as a normal human being. No. You don't have that luxury time. You go to drive-thru, order your food, drive, pick your food, bring your food in your car and eat while you drive to work. Is that a life? There is no life here. We are not living. We are just living like AI. We are normal human beings, for God's sake. The funny part of it is that this life never ends. You know the end. No matter how you kill yourself, no. You don't beat the system. There is no life here. There is no life. Out of 365 days of the year, you only have 14 days for yourself to go to vacation. I know what some people do when they go vacation. They wear different clothes, go to different backgrounds, take pictures. And when they come back every week, they dish out these pictures. And you back home, you think, oh, this person is living. Look at where he's taking pictures. Look at him. But it's all fake life. Life in America is like occultic life. Nobody ever say it. It's like a secret court. You don't talk what you see. Baba, you don't come, you don't come. You know they talk. You don't explain it. You don't even tell people. You have to keep lying, living fake life. But within you, really and truly, you are not living. You are only existing. There's no life here. There's no life. The more money you make, the more problem that will come after that money. If you make $5,000 a month, your bill will rise to $6,500. The system is being structured in a way that you must be in debt. It's a normal thing. If you're debt free here in this America, the system will see you as if you are not responsible, that you are not even worthy to be trusted. You must owe in this country. You must owe. And that is how they get you. That's how they capture you. Because when you owe, you don't even go back home. A lot of people came here saying, let me just spend one year and that's it. Baba, if you don't come to this country, you don't go back. It's a trap. The system will definitely trap you. You don't go back. There is no life here.
I've been living in America now for almost a quarter of my life. But I'm not happy here. I'm not. Since I came to America, my life has been work, sleep from Monday to Monday. Same routine every day. I've literally done everything the system asked me to do to be successful. But nothing changed. Nothing really changed. And before you guys ask me, why can't I go home? I can't go home because of so many people depending on me. Going home is like taking food away from, people's mouths. So going home is not an option because they will be bitter and they will hate me for life. The honest truth is that I was mentally and emotionally richer when I was in Africa. But here in America, I'm only richer in the eyes of people depending on me. But within me, I know my life is not together. It's tough. It's really tough, and I'm grateful. I'm grateful because with my struggle, I've been able to help life, support people's dream, and yeah, I'm grateful. I'm really, really grateful. Just that I don't have life here. I don't know how long this will continue, and I thought it's something that would just happen in few time, but it seems this is my reality, I don't know, honestly.
What words of encouragement do you have for America's youth?
Leave.
Oh, please.
Leave. America is one big homeowners association. You can't even go to Canada because that's about to be America too. So you got to find somewhere else to go for a little while and give it a generation.
Thanks for those words.
I don't say that to be pessimistic. I say it to hopefully activate people into seeing what's going on.
You literally told the nation's youth that they should leave and flee the country.
They should. They should.
Thank you, everyone. This is Roywood Jr.
Just a little food for thought real quick. I'm 22 and I'm moving outside of the U.S. in 8 more days. I live in Atlanta, Georgia. Been here for 3 going on 4 years now, and I'm just ready for a change. But not just ready for a change, I was told by God to do so through prayer and fasting. I'm literally just sitting in my car, spending the rest of my days real slow, real steady, just enjoying, doing what I love. I'm on my way to a Pilates class right now, and I'm just so appreciative, so grateful to God just for everything that he has been doing in my life. It's just a thought in my mind this morning because it's early. Don't take advantage of the life that you have. We're living the lives that we once prayed for, and a lot of the times we forget that and we take advantage of that. And it's so easy just to take advantage of how blessed you are and, just the resources that you have in your environment and just, everything. If you're still young, this is the time now to get right with God. Don't wait until you're too old. Don't wait until you're about to die to try to ask God for forgiveness of your sins or just to start a relationship with God. No, start now while you're young. Because the way God has been moving in my life and directing me in ways that have me doing things that I thought I would, you know, never be able to do. All things are possible with God. He will never forsake you. God will never lead you nowhere that you are not supposed to be. Where you are right now in your life, it was already written. God already planned for you to be where you are. Just to be able to breathe and wake up and see another day, you are blessed. Don't forget how blessed you are. Take advantage of your life and live it. Live it with gratitude, live it with grace, live it with mercy. Have forgiveness towards those that you don't even want to forgive. Have love and show love to those that you don't even want to show love to. Have love and show love to the strangers that you don't even know. Make somebody else's day better. Always be a blessing to somebody else. These are just things that's like running through my mind while I'm just, you know, spending my last few days in America. But of course, when y'all see this video, I'll already be gone. I've grown so much within this year alone and last year just to grow in grace and quietness and peace. And when I say a relationship with God is incomparable to any relationship you could have with anybody else in your life. Like the way he directs me, the way he gives me gratitude and grace, the way he gives me mercy, the way he just looks out for me, the way he protects me is the same way he does it for you, even when you don't realize it, even when you forget it. My last few days in America, and majority of my people, majority of my friends, majority of my family still don't even have a clue. But God told me to move in silence. It's not about always announcing your moves neither. It's not about the approval that you get on social media. It's not about the likes. It's not about the comments. It's about you and that relationship with God. Once you get to that intimate place where you could be able to talk to God and have a relationship with God, a father-daughter relationship with God, a son and father relationship with God, ain't nobody touching it. Ain't nobody coming up against that, okay? I say all that to say you never know when it's, you know, your time to pack it up and go. You never know when you leaving this earth. You never know when God may tell you to move out the country tomorrow. And despite of all, take advantage of your life and live it. This is the time. You are in your prime. It doesn't matter how old you are, in your 20s, in your 30s, or even in your teens. Take advantage of this time now and live your life and be happy. It's a choice to be happy. You make that decision every day if you want to be happy or not. It's not because of the circumstances in your life. You have free will. Do what makes you happy and live your life.
Take a look at this video of Ricky Smiley where he's basically trying to fearmonger Black Americans.
You better look into getting a dual citizenship somewhere if you can, because yep, things about to get ugly. Things about to get really ugly. Yep, and I'm scared. Scared. It might be a point where we might have to pack up our families and leave, because if ICE can get immigrants or whatever and just go and get them, and without their due process in court, why can't they do it to everybody else?
I feel like it's extremely irresponsible given the massive platform that he has for him to be out here fear-mongering Black American people, or just fear-mongering in general. I always feel like people who have these huge platforms and this huge influence, to use it to fear-monger the masses, it's just so irresponsible to me. If ICE can come take an immigrant without due process, what makes you think that they won't take you without a due process? Like, take us where? Like, seriously, take us where exactly? And that's the question that literally nobody can answer. Nobody has an answer to that question. Everybody's just out here fear-mongering. Oh, you guys are going to get deported too. If they can do it to the immigrants, they can do it to everybody, anybody. We're all not from here. We're all from Never Land. Like, just stop. You just wait and see. You guys are next. You know what? All right, they can go ahead and knock on my door and send me some. Just make sure wherever you send me is somewhere tropical, and give me $1 million before you send me over there. I don't even care, because all I do is work and pay bills and do shit like that anyway. So you know what? I wouldn't even really mind a little change of pace of life. So I'm not even worried about it.
And hold my hand, my love, when I say this. They're trying to trap us in the United States. They don't want us to leave the United States, but yet they don't want us here. Make that make some type of sense, bro. Eventually, our passports aren't even going to be able to be accessed across the country. I saw a video of this dude who got to Thailand and then got deported back to America. Like, what the? Are you kidding me? Like, bro, the American dream is to leave America, and they're catching on. So stay safe, y'all. I love you.
I'm a black girl who moved out of the United States. It's a Monday night right now. I'm about to go for my nightly walk, and I just wanted to take some time to thank God and also share a little bit about my story. If you are a black woman who has been thinking about moving out of the United States, if it has been on your mind and your heart and your spirit to do so, please let this be your sign. I literally was someone who was experiencing a lot of housing instability, and all throughout high school, all throughout college, and things were just incredibly difficult for me throughout the pandemic. And God put it in me and my best friend's heart to take a leap of faith and get into content creation, and to also think about moving and living in a different country. And I can honestly say that that decision has truly changed my life for the better. I can't believe that I'm just 50 cents away from some of the most beautiful beaches in the world. I can't believe that my stress and my mental health issues have been really just, they've just dissipated from God ushering me to take this leap of faith and moving to a new country. I'm so in awe of how quickly and how amazingly God can just change things and make things happen, like, for our good. And I just want anyone who has been thinking about taking a leap of faith and moving abroad to do it. Like, do it. Do your research. Look into resources that can be helpful for you. And if you are a poor black person in America, you don't know where to start, check out me and my besties' pinned posts, because we give y'all so much helpful information about how you can actually make this move. Because it's imperative that as black people, we know that we have options. You do not have to stay in the same environments that have made you sick. You do not have to try to heal in those environments that are hell-bent on watching you suffer and struggle. And if you are a black person in America and your eyes is open, even in a small capacity, you know that things are really difficult and they may not be improving anytime soon. So now is a great time for you to start looking into other countries you may be interested in living in. And if you want help, me and my bestie, we got you. But yeah, y'all, it's Monday night. I'm going for my walk. I'm looking at the palm trees. I'm looking at the pools. I'm reflecting on just how good God is and how grateful I am that God allowed me and my best friend to have a whole house abroad after coming out of homelessness. God is allowing me and my best friend to go forward in our creative endeavors and just writing and sharing our passions and sharing our art and helping more black people know that they can do it too. So I love you. God loves you more. And I'm so excited to see where your trust in God is going to take you. If you believe in God, you know that He will make all things possible for you, and He will be your strength, and He will provide for you every single step of the way. So please trust Him. Please let Him guide you, and don't think that it's a fluke. People are moving abroad and having better lives, and moving abroad doesn't automatically make things perfect, but trust and believe things are definitely better abroad than they are currently in the United States. So take that chance if it's been on your heart, and know that a community will be waiting for you, or God will provide for you wherever you get to where you want to be. So I love y'all, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.
If you are thinking about leaving the United States, especially if you live in a red state, I just want to let you know you're not alone. I'm Lindsay, and me and my husband and my two small kids moved from Kentucky to the Netherlands 3 months ago. The number of people from Kentucky who reached out to me to ask how they could leave too has shocked me. Kentucky's a red state, right? But people don't talk about it. They might not say it out loud. But blue dots, you are not alone. Other Kentuckians want to leave. People have now reached out to me from all over the country asking for help on how to leave, and it's only growing. So the worse things get, the more people are going to be talking about leaving. And I promise I'm not trying to fearmonger, but at the acceleration that things are happening in the United States, I would plan to start moving sooner rather than later. It can happen in less than 6 months, but it took us about 6 months from talking about it to actually moving. So you can make it happen in much less time than that, but start getting your paperwork together, start getting your passports ordered, your marriage certificates and birth certificates all apostilled, and start talking about what you're gonna do with your house. Are you gonna sell? I know the market's kind of slow. Maybe talk to a property management company about renting it. There are steps you can take right now to start the process if you're talking about leaving. And if you do want to leave, There are ways you can do it without tons of money, without a work sponsor visa even. So if you have any questions, reach out because we did it. And if you want to move to the Netherlands specifically, I have a DAF visa guide that I made. It's in my link in my bio, but that's specifically for the Netherlands and specifically for the DAF visa, which is for entrepreneurs. So feel free to reach out about that if you want to. And Blue Dots, just remember, you are definitely not alone.
Hey y'all, so apparently some of y'all are seriously considering moving to another country. I'm curious, what countries are you considering and why? And if you're already an expat, even if it's like part-time, I would love to know what country you live in and what has been your experience thus far. Especially if you're black. What is it like as a black person in some of these other countries? My interest is piqued.
Americans are leaving this country in record numbers. And I'm not talking about vacation. I'm talking packing their bags, booking their flights, and leaving for good. In the first few months of 2025 alone, the amount of people that just said, I'm done, and moved abroad doubled from the year before. That's not just a blip, okay? That's a wave. So why? Same reasons you and I complain about every day. Cost of living going through the roof, political chaos that never seems to end, and the fear of safety even when you're just going to the grocery store. But here's the thing, it's not just dreamers or millionaires doing it. It's normal people. It's people with families, it's young people, old people, retirees, people who are working remote. One common thread holding all of these people together is they just want a dignified life. That's why you're seeing places like Greece, Spain, France, Portugal. Their cafes are filling up with Americans who are just done. People love to scream, if you don't like it, leave. Well, we are thousands and thousands of us. We will be joining that wave soon. If you're curious about moving abroad, stick around, because we're about to embark on this journey ourselves, and we can't wait. At the end of the day, people like us just want to make life work.
So I've been talking about how my husband and I are looking to live abroad. As a black woman and a new mom, I do not feel safe here in America, and I don't want to raise my children here. So here are a few countries I've been looking into: Mexico, Costa Rica, Panama, Ecuador, and Portugal. There's also a large black expat community in Ghana happening as well. If you are also black here in America and looking to leave, check out these places. Check out some of the black Facebook groups that are specifically aimed to help each other leave the United States.
All right, guys, let's go. We're going to the coffee shop. That's the crew back there following me. They all back there. All these Americans are coming to get some this amazing property. So, guys, follow me today, and you'll see the crew back there. They for real. Except that one right there. That is all good. So, all right, guys. See y'all guys on the inside.
I moved out of the U.S. 5 months ago, and it was the best decision I've ever made. I was living in New York City, and then I accepted a job in Beijing and moved in February. It's been absolutely life-changing. Absolutely life-changing. Since I left, I had American blindfolds on, and now being out of America, they're completely removed. I've realized so much being out of the States that the way that Americans live is not normal. The way that politicians are enacting laws and speaking to people and detaining people and shooting people, that's not normal. People don't live like that. And I think people of my generation and the generation below me have gotten so used to absorbing news like that of mass shootings and crime and hate crimes and these crazy laws that are stripping away their rights, that we're just kind of that's just how it is. This is normal. It's not. It's not. I walk around outside alone at night, and I've never once feared for my life here. I've never once experienced hate crime. I've never once witnessed hate crime. I've never once witnessed racism here in China. Some countries are worse than others, and I do know that there's a lot of countries that they have their issues, and there are racist people around the world and hate crime around the world. I do understand, but the way that America is set up, it's kind of like we're conditioned to just learn that this is just the normal way of life. And they're almost enabling it through the laws that they're passing and the rights that they're taking away. Needless to say, never been more stress-free living out of the States, saving so much money here. I'm traveling so much more. I'm meeting so many more people. I have the best community around me. I have the best job. I'm able to go to work and then go out for dinner and travel to another country that weekend and come back and work again. Like, I've never been able to experience as much life as I am in these past 6 months than the first 25 years of my life. I can't express, like, you don't realize it until you leave. You do not realize how much you've missed out and how much you've been just tolerating until you leave. I'm very blessed, and the job that I accepted here helped me move, and they help with my living accommodation. And regardless, there's so many jobs that are hiring English teachers, translators. It's so possible and it's so easy. I don't like how people are throwing their negativity out and saying, oh well, it's too difficult, it's too expensive. It's not. Do your research. There's ways to do it. I would love to answer any questions that anyone has about moving or the visa process or what jobs are out here or what the price of rent is. Like, I don't know everything because my situation's really specific, but I do know basic stuff here, and I would love to learn more and research more. So if you do have any questions, I would love to answer. I just do want you to know that it's so worth it. It's absolutely so worth it. Leave the country. Leave the country.
Do not travel to the US right now. This is literally what every single video on my For You page is telling me to do, or what not to do rather, but I literally have flights booked for May. And no, not for leisure, I mean, I guess kind of. But basically my mum lives in America. And I literally said to her about a month ago when we booked my flights, I said to her, I'm really, really, really not comfortable with coming. I don't feel good right now about the US. I really don't want to be there, to be honest. And then I also said to her, I've been seeing videos, and not very many, but a few videos about tourists getting like detained. I also spoke to her about the fact that green card holders were getting detained, but she sort of put like an end to my nerves and said, you know, like, I really want you to come, like, I want you to see my new flat, like that kind of thing. And I felt really bad, obviously, because I want to go and see my mum and I want to go and like see her life and whatever. But I had a big old conversation with her where I was like, I don't feel safe. Like, I truly, truly do not feel safe there. And if I were to be safe there when I was traveling, it would be because of privilege, and that makes me feel sick. And now my entire For You page is Americans saying stay the fuck out of the US because they are literally detaining and questioning tourists now. And more than that, they are checking their social media. And if you know anything about my social media presence, you know that I don't take kindly, I guess, on the US, particularly the new fascistic regime. So it's just making me even more nervous to travel, like, and don't even get me started on the air traffic control staff, like all the planes coming down. And like, it's not exactly like I have a very white name. Marlene Sachdeva Masson doesn't really give like, yeah, white British. And then it would literally just take one singular Google search to see that I don't like them. One singular Google search will show them that I stand for a free Palestine. So God knows if on the off chance I was to be detained, like, it's not looking good for me, basically. But obviously I have this trip planned, and I'm not trying to like censor myself in any of this, but I'm just like expressing the very real like fears of a tourist coming into the US right now, and how this is not what a tourist should be feeling going into a supposedly free country with free speech. My valid criticisms of their very awful government should not stop me from being able to come and visit for whatever reason. Not that I particularly want to right now, let's be very fucking clear. But I guess also if anyone who has made it to the end of this video wants to offer me some advice, I'm thinking I'm just going to delete my social media off my phone for the duration of my trip there. I'm only there for like a week, so might be a nice detox as well. But like, it's not great.
Just because I don't live in the United States anymore does not mean that I am not affected by waking up and seeing that Donald Trump is going to be the next president of the United States. Hey y'all, it's Travel Queen and your favorite Leo. So if you've been following me for a while, you know that I document and talk about my family's journey as we are living abroad. We have moved out of the United States, and I document that quite frequently. And I'm here to let you know that you can if you desire to do so, right? This message is not going to be for everyone. If this ain't for you, just keep scrolling on by. But I have always been here as a resource, and continue to be here as a resource. But I don't want people to do this out of fear. This has to be a decision that is well thought out. I would not advise you to just up and move out of the country just because your favorite creator has moved out of the country and you come where I am, right? So, you gotta do your research. You gotta visit the country that you are considering moving to. When I'm on live, I give the top 7 places that Americans in the last few years have moved to. And those places, those countries, they have easy requirements as far as digital nomad visas, as far as your requirements for receiving temporary residency or just a tourist visa, because many people don't know, like Mexico, you don't even really have to provide any type of financial information if you're just here on a 6-month tourist visa. Okay. As I said, I'm here as a resource. I have been here as a resource, but please don't make this drastic decision out of fear. Do your research. Connect with a person like me that has done it, that has experience. I'm here in Playa del Carmen, Mexico, that has experience with the rules on, moving abroad to that specific country. If you've been thinking about Bali, I have an excellent resource for Bali. But please don't waste my time because, early on I was doing this and then people would reach out and then I would never hear from them. So if you are interested in booking a consultation with me, the link has always been in my bio, okay? Once you click on my bio, you will get the link to my Calendly link, and then you can click on there and you can schedule yourself a consultation. And let's have a conversation, let's have a talk, right? I can recommend neighborhoods for you, tell you about the residency, kind of debunk the stuff that you've heard in the United States news about, I'm well traveled. It doesn't even have to be about Mexico, Bali, Thailand. So let's have that conversation and get you planning, get you on a trip to visit that country. I would recommend that you visit a couple times. If it's just you, visit a couple times, visit with your family. Let's get you living abroad if this is something that you're truly interested in doing. Because when I first started to document me and my Black family of 4 moving and even preparing to move outside of the United States, I did it because I wasn't seeing any other families that was really documenting. Not on TikTok, maybe some on YouTube. So I have created my own little community over here of people that's interested in this topic. Okay, so link is in my bio if that's something that you want to, if you're seriously considering moving abroad. Okay, love y'all, and we gonna get through this. We're going to get through this. God is still in control, y'all.
Americans are leaving America, and it is not for vacation. It's for survival. A growing wave of Americans are packing up, terrified by Trump's dictatorship, Republican fascism, and Democrats' capitulation. Interracial couples, LGBT plus individuals, people of color, and intelligent people in general are seeing their rights replaced with restrictions. In Ireland, U.S. passport applications hit their highest level in a decade, up 60% in just 2 months. France is seeing long-term stay visas for Americans up 20%. Portugal, Spain, UK, relocation companies can barely keep up with the demand. Traffic to Blacksit Global, which helps Black Americans relocate, surged 50% after the election. Some are leaving quietly, like a trans couple in Colorado, because Trump wrongly says there are only 2 genders. States are moving to ban gender care, so they're planning their exit. Google searches for how to leave the US spiked after the election, and real estate deals for Americans in Spain surged before the Golden Visa program was shut down. European culture is different than American culture, and many won't adjust. And of course, Europe has its issues: immigrations, taxes. Putin expected to take Moldova and then Romania with his eyes on the rest of Europe for the new Russian Empire. But a possibility of another European war is a safer bet than staying in a country that is already a fascist dictatorship.